Polymer Clay TV. I'm Elisa, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute flower. It has words on it, it has a little glass cabochon, and it's just a layered piece. It looks more complex than it is. It's really super simple to do. You don't need a lot of tools or anything to do it. I'm just using these oval set of cutters today, and they're in graduated sizes. As you can see, there's 4 of them, and they just get smaller as you go down. I have some Dewdrop ink, which is a pigment ink, and pigment ink heat set, so it's perfect to work on polymer clay with because you have to heat the polymer clay anyways. So that's perfect using a pigment ink. I have this little stamp that just has, you know, not full complete words or anything. It doesn't really say much. It's just, you know, to give that look, that mixed media kind of look. So I have that, and you can use any stamp you have, and in fact, by changing up the stamp, you change up the entire look of the piece. So think about, you know, changing stamps and changing colors and whatnot. I also have a knitting needle, you know, in case I needed to poke a hole or anything, which I don't think I do in this project, but just in case, you always have that in your toolbox. I have a blade, I have a rod to roll out my clay, which I've actually done. I've done a lot of steps here before we got on camera, so I didn't have to waste time. But as you can see here, I used my cutters to cut out the different pieces. And today, I'm actually working with scrap clay. I had 3 or 4 different colors laying on my work table, and I combined them and I ran them through the pasta machine by going back, flipping it back and forth, like you would do a Skinner blend, but without actually doing a Skinner blend. So you would roll it through your pasta machine, fold it in half, roll it again, fold it in half, and so on until you got a color you liked. And this is where I ended up with a color I liked, so I went with that. And then I just cut out however many I thought I'd need using this cutter. And the beautiful thing about these cutters are they don't leave marks on it. If you've ever worked with the Kemper cutters, which I love, by the way, but they're made out of metal, and there's a little thing in the middle that when you pull it out, it leaves a little round mark on it. These cutters do not do that. So that's one of the advantages of these plastic cutters versus the metal ones, because the metal ones will leave a mark in the middle if it gets stuck in your cutter. And then, of course, you have to smooth that away and get rid of it somehow because it doesn't look nice in your design. But anyways, that's just the difference. So I pre-cut out all of these different sizes. And what I did was I started with the largest, of course. And I just pieced them together so that I made a shape of a flower, because that's what I was going for. And once I was happy with the way they were all aligned, I then pushed them together gently on the sides. Okay, and then once I felt that they were gently together, you know, I'm not trying to mash them, I pushed down towards the middle, and that helps to get them to even mold more, and it's starting to create a center of the flower for me. You see how it created a little center. Okay, so next then, I want to, let me move these out of the way because they're going to be in the way. I wanted to texture this. So I took my stamp, and once I have it in the shape of the flower that I like, then I wanted to texture it. So you just give it a little push. I mean, you're not looking for perfection. As you can see, this particular stamp is not complete letters and words. It's got spaces. So there I have it. How cute is that? Simple, cute. And then I come back with my Dewdrop ink, and you can use any color you wanted, but I kind of wanted to stay in this kind of peachy, plummy, pinky color scheme, so that's what I did here for this one. So there you have that. It highlights the letters. Super cute, super easy, as you saw. And then I come back with the next smallest size that I've cut out, and on the bottom I ended up using 6 cutouts, but you can certainly use it as many as you need to. And let's see, I think I used 8 on this. So let me lay them out, and I kind of just, I started in between these petals like this, in between the petal, and then you're gonna have to maneuver them around, and I'm working way away from where I'm actually sitting. So you'll have to maneuver them around until you get something you like. Let's see. I'm almost there. I think one more would do it. So that's actually 7 I'm using for this. So 7 petals of this next smallest size. So once I have it where I like it, once again, I'm going to gently push the edges together so they adhere. And once I have the edges adhered, again, I want to push down in the middle with my finger. If you had a tool, like a ball tool, you could even do that to help you out, you know, to kind of push it down. But your finger works perfectly. Don't even worry about it. So I ended up with 7 pieces there, 6 of the larger petal. But like I said, you can do any numbers you want. On this set here, I just did the edges. So I came back with my ink and I didn't want it to be solid colors, so I just inked the edges. I was going for all the different tonations of color, so I didn't want to completely cover it with ink. Just the edges. So there you have that. And then I went on to the next layer. We'll see, once again starting in between the petals. And the reason I do that is because then you can see it better. So that's one there. And the thing is, you may want to cut out your petals and let them sit a little, because if you're working with petals that are really warm clay, you can distort them. So you just got to be careful. And but that's a tip if you want to do that. Work with them after they set up and gel a little. Not so soft. So one more after this, I think, will be good. Alrighty, here's one more. Now on this one, I think I just did the edges as well. And again, you want to get the edges melded together as best as you can. You know, gently pushing. Get your petals in shape, and then push down in the middle like we did for the other layers. And see, it creates more of like a little bloom when you do that. You know, of course, after you cut out all these pieces, you want to clean any edges. If there's any stragglers of clay, you want to do that. And then the very last layer, I just inked the edges on those as well. And then I went for my very last layer, starting in between there, in between the petals. Just piecing it as I go until I get what I like. And you could totally change the colors at this point. I mean, I'm using like a tone-on-tone type of look, but you can certainly do colors that pop. You know, maybe like a purple and a yellow together, or a black and a white, or, you know, you certainly don't have to go with a tone-on-tone. That's just what I ended up doing. So this should be my last piece here. And then I'll show you how I got the middle. And once again, you know, it gets a little harder at this point, you know, to get in the middle, but that's why if you need the ball tool or something similar, don't, you know, feel free to use it. Okay, so then at this point, I would have already inked the edges, because that's what I ended up doing. Just went around and inked the edges until I liked it. No rhyme, no reason. And that should do that. And then, to get the middle, I actually used the largest oval and pushed that out. And then I just turned it into a ball by rolling it in my hand. And so I wanted a nice middle. This may, you know, at first I wasn't sure how big I wanted it, because I was like, okay, do I want to put a crystal in the middle? Do I want to put it like a glass cabochon? So you don't actually have to go this big. I did, but, you know, maybe the next smallest size might be a better look for it. Let's see. That would give you a ball a lot smaller. So it would just depend on your taste, you know. I have this big cabochon I want to put in. Actually, I'm going to go with the smaller ball and see if it works, because I'm using a smaller cabochon for this one. Oh, that's not the one I'm going to use. Here's the one I'm going to use right here. So let's go with the smaller ball. And this was the second largest oval that I used to create this ball. I'm going to just push down a little in the middle. And then I have my little cabochon. Actually, on this one, it was a bigger piece, and I actually textured it with the stamp again. Ooh, that looks good. You could even do a little here and there on the edges. Ooh, I like that. Okay. See how things come together? You just never know. And then I have this little cabochon. I'm just going to push that right in. And it's glass, so it can be baked right in the oven. And there you have it. Super simple, but super, super cute. Let me take it off. You can see it a little better here. And this is the one I made off camera. So all I did was combine these different oval sizes, and I was able to make really cute flowers. You can fold up the edges and just change it up any which way until you get exactly what you want. And, you know, not a lot of tools involved. So just have fun with it, and I'd love to see some of the things you make. So come on over to polymerclayadventure.com, and you can join the community there and upload photos and share with other like-minded people. And we have an event coming up, which we've told you about, or we've mentioned, I should say, but in August, we're going to let you in on that, so make sure to sign up for the newsletter, and you can do that at polymerclayadventure.com or polymerclaytv.com, because you want to be on the newsletter to get this information first. So let me just say that. So I hope you have fun with this project, and I will see you next time.